What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video by Helmet to Helmet 49ers podcast. Today, we will be doing a 49ers post-game podcast against the Arizona Cardinals at Mexico.
Yep, in Mexico City.
We beat the Cardinals 38-10. So, first, let's review all the scoring that happened. First, wasn't it a Ayuk touchdown? And then it was a Robbie Gould field goal. And then it was a George Kittle touchdown. And then a Deebo Samuel 39-yard run. He ran 19.94 miles per hour. They said in the game.
Yeah, that's surprising.
And then the last touchdown, this was like the most popular touchdown of all. Not because it was the last one. Not because it was George Kittle. Because one of the Cardinals players gave up. He could have pushed George Kittle out of bounds or tackled him, but he just stopped. 33 Hamilton, I don't know his first name. I know his last name and number. He's a defensive back. And he just stopped. Didn't even try to tackle George Kittle.
Yeah, it looked like it. It looked like he stopped for no real good reason. So, yeah, it was a good scoring drives for us with Ayuk and with Kittle afterwards.
Can you believe Ayuk's only receptions were touchdowns?
Well, that's a great percentage. Every catch was a touchdown.
I'm not sure if he gets to the Pro Bowl like that.
Yeah, he needs a little bit of both yards and touchdowns to really build his stats up, I think, to be
and not just 20 receiving yards.
To be voted for a Pro Bowl. Yeah, 20 is not great. He was on the road to getting 80-plus yards for a streak that would have tied T.O. and Jerry Rice, but he came up short, but
And 2 touchdowns are fine.
But loaded up on the touchdowns.
It's not like he had a bad game.
No, not a bad game at all. No, he was really important, especially red zone, and really got us in the scoring drives. That was very important for us, definitely.
But so you expect this from the 49ers every week offensively? Not defensively, but offensively.
For me, I was thinking about it, and I'm not used to this, really. I'm not used to...
You're not used to Jimmy Garoppolo passing 4 touchdowns.
That too. But the thing is, it seemed like it was so evenly distributed. I mean, my God, the 2 running backs, our tight end, the 2 receivers, everybody was in on it.
Except for Australia. That's all. But the main stars.
Yeah, the main starters. Yes, they did. It was so evenly distributed. I'm not used to that with Shanahan, and usually, like last year, it was Deebo. We ran like crazy, and Mitchell ran like crazy. He's usually there's a star that breaks out. George Kittle that year when he broke out and broke the tight end record for yardage.
Yeah.
You have somebody who's like totally blowing everything away. Here, it's not. Nobody's blowing it away this year. Nobody, not one player, but everybody's.
I mean, you kind of. He has.
He's not. Yeah, he's doing okay.
I did not expect him to be the leader in receiving yards.
Yeah, so that's the thing. It's everybody. Everybody's is so evenly distributed that it is harder for defenses to stop us. So, do I expect this? I think this can be done because it's hard to get one person going, and if the defense really focuses on taking the player out, it's hard to keep them in it and be that great every week. If the defense doesn't know who's going to be having a great day, that's even harder for defenses to know to focus in on somebody. So I think they can do this.
In our preview podcast, I predicted a pretty high score. I don't remember what I predicted, though. It was in the 30s.
Yes, you did. Yeah, 32, 34.
You predicted like a low 20s.
Low 20s, yes. That's kind of the average. They've been scoring, more often than not. But I should have given more credit like you did. You were much more on top of their offensive prowess this week. They look great. So, yeah.
And do you think the 49ers should consider extending Jimmy Garoppolo? I know it's really crazy, but do you think they'll consider it?
Wow, that's what do you think?
If he like plays this well the whole time, we won't. He will cost a lot.
He will. He will cost a lot. Not like he's gonna ask for a lot, but he will cost a lot. I mean, no matter what. What I'm saying is that he's not gonna be trying to ask to break the bank, but just his play and his position and the need for starting quarterbacks out there is so high that the market for him will be very high, very expensive. So, and the way we're going right now, I don't think we have the cap to fit.
Yeah, don't we have to like extend Nick Bosa or something like that?
I think he's going to be on his 5th year. We could go one more year, I think, without extending him. We just use the 5th year option, I believe, and should be okay. But Garoppolo's going to want a multi-year deal, and his contract is going to extend out years from now, and will affect contract signings, for the next 3 years. Depending on how this contract is structured, of course. But yeah, I think it'd be hard.
Best case scenario, he asked for low money, and maybe like $2 million, and I could put him as a backup.
Yeah, right.
Actually, no, only chance not gonna like that.
The way he's been playing, even if he doesn't do fantastic in the playoffs, he is a better than average starting quarterback, and there are so many below average quarterbacks playing out there. There's going to be a lot. I mean, you look at Mariota, Matt Ryan, or Baker Mayfield, or Davis Mills, and even Zach Wilson. And
I think Marcus Mariota is like a little bit above average.
He's not having a great year, but
he beat us.
Well, yeah, but but overall, he's not having a good year, and he might have beat us, but he might have had a bad game. But I wouldn't say that he's having a great year. But like I said, so there's a lot of teams out there that will be loving to have Jimmy G on their team,
whether it's for winning now or veteran experience to teach a young person.
Yep.
Like Lance.
Yeah, for both. You're right. So it'll be hard to extend them. It's the money. They might want to, but money-wise, it'll be difficult.
And this is really surprising to me, but the 49ers, for 3rd week in a row, are coming off an injury-less game. I'm not sure if that's even a word.
Injury-free. Came out injury-free, basically, yeah. That's what they said. That's what Shanahan said. But we did see a couple of injuries, right, that we were, thinking about during the game.
Apparently, they're not that bad. I thought Greenlaw's was the worst because he's the most serious. Trevor Edgewood, he returned. Who else? Menu, he had a cramp, he returned.
Yeah. But, yeah, the ones I remember off the top of my head is Javarius Ward and his groin. And also Greenlaw, which I thought, oh, man, he broke his wrist or something.
But apparently he was nursing his hand.
Yeah, so if it's true and there still is no injury, even after a couple of days after the game, then that's great. And so far, today is Wednesday, and still no injury report, it seems. So it sounds good. Sounds promising that we come out another game without more injuries.
Okay, and the last thing we're going to do is, what was your favorite play of the game? But I want to shout out one play that was not the best play of the game, but was really important It was like 4th and 3, 4th and 4, 4th and 3, and Cole McCoy passed it, and then Jim Grillon deflected it. That was one of the great plays that happened in the game, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, that's true. That's a very important play. Another play that I was thinking about. So this is like a runner-up type of play, something that we don't really think about. But of course, this interception that we saw Samuel Womack get in the end zone.
That was literally the worst throw of all time.
Okay, worst throw, yes. But what I was impressed was with Samuel Womack. He knew what was happening. You said that there was a lot of space for him to run back and maybe get a pick six, say, and make him go on the highlights and stuff like that, But as a rookie, he knows what's most important, and that is just to down the ball and finish the game up. And I think that gives points to Samuel Womack that he's mature and to know what's happening during the game, because there's so many times you'll see a cornerback or safety, defensive back, say, make an interception at the end of the game. No need to run it back because the game's over, but they'll run it back because they want the glory. They want to make a big splash play and be on the highlights on ESPN. But he knew what the down was. He knew what he needed to do, and he wasn't looking for the splash play. He knew. So I give him a lot of props because I remember the time when Charvarius Ward intercepted in the end zone, and he ran it back out, and he should have just downed it. So that's for a veteran. For Samuel Womack as a rookie to do that, I give him the props, and I hope the coaching staff sees that too, and we'll give him more play time because he's been doing great on special teams too.
Yes, Pro Bowl special teams maybe.
I mean, he was supposed to be our starting slot from the beginning.
But
he looked good.
Took over, I guess.
Yeah, so Womack has potential. He looked great, coming training camp and preseason, is doing great on special teams, and did the interception and downed it like he was supposed to. All those things, I think, arrow up for him, I'd say.
Okay, now let's get to the real favorite plays. No, not the runner-ups.
The favorite plays, yes. Okay, what's your favorite play of the game?
Mine was when it was 3rd and 3, and Jimmy Garoppolo had open space to run it, but instead of getting the first down, maybe getting a first down, I bet you could have been 1 yard short, like always. He passed it to George Kittle downfield, and George Kittle scored a touchdown.
Yeah, I remember that play. The thing was, I thought he was scrambling. I thought, he could have ran it. Possibility, the linebacker could have came up real quick and closed that gap up. But what I was impressed about on that play was that he knew where the line of scrimmage was. I wasn't too sure. I kind of lost it. I was like, I didn't know if he'll pass line of scrimmage, if he could still throw it. But looking back at it, he knew where the line was. He threw it like a yard or two before he hit the line of scrimmage, floated it over Kittle, who made an adjustment to go a little deeper, it looked like, and scored the touchdown. You're right. That was a great play. That would have been one of my plays. But the play, truthfully, for me, that I choose is Deebo Samuel's touchdown run on that misdirection play. Because for me,
he was really far back from the line of scrimmage. He had to run more than usual.
Yeah, but the thing is that getting Deebo the ball in that situation, in that way, is the best, instead of just running Deebo up the middle or something like that. Misdirection. See, that's the thing. Shanahan is supposed to be an offensive genius, but I see this basic, very vanilla plays. Run up the middle. This was a misdirection play that was thought up and planned and designed, and it did exactly that. It made everybody run the wrong direction, had Deebo go to the left instead, and Deebo does his thing, which is the yak, and use his speed and go up. So I was so happy to see something that was, you know, imaginative, a little bit more than the usual plays. So for me, I was most excited. That's my favorite play because hopefully Shanahan will open up his playbook and just be more imaginative. Throw the defense off. Make him guess. So that's my pick.
Well, that wraps up for today's podcast. Make sure you subscribe and like the video. And we'll see you next time against the New Orleans Saints. We'll do a preview on that at Levi's. And goodbye.